Urban Think Tank is an interdisciplinary design practice dedicated to high-level research and design that deals with contemporary architecture and urbanism. It is also a partnership committed to building and sustaining dialogue between stakeholders and policymakers. They use their work to explore design as a strategy for sustainable urban development throughout the world. The delivery of innovative yet practical solutions through the combined skills of architects, civil engineers, environmental planners, landscape architects, and communication specialists is the philosophy of Urban Think Tank. Their central conceptual premise is the study of dynamic conditions acting on modern cities, specifically regional urbanization and informal globalization. In 1993, Alfredo Brillenberg founded Urban Think Tank in Venezuela. In 1998, Hubert Klumper joined as co-director. Brillenberg and Klumper have taught at Columbia University since 2007, where they founded the Sustainable Living Urban Model Laboratory, Slum Labs. Both theoretical and practical applications within architecture and urban planning have been a main focus in their work and research. Working in global context by creating bridges between first world industry and third world informal urban areas, they focus on the education and development of a new generation of professionals who will transform cities in the 21st century.
Urban Think Tank uses three scales: metropolitan, urban, and architectural to change the city through direct intervention. Their projects vary from the design of a transportation hub, City Lifter, to the provision of housing in the Anglican Church to the social cultural center, Vertical Gym. Their practice adopted concrete strategies for physical appropriation and production instead of symbolic or sovereign architecture. They aim at reversing the top-bottom hierarchy to bottom-up locally driven action to governance in the public sphere. This sets up new opportunities both for sustainable development in the informal city and for using on-the-ground experience to inform future theory. The Mayor of Caracas Planning Office requested Urban Think Tank to explore potential scenarios and sites to the new train station. In the city of Caracas, the train system is part of the largest urban infrastructural effort in recent decades. After Urban Think Tank conducted extensive research and scouting, they found the constraints imposed by the surrounding mountains in combination with the height limits caused by the obstacle-free zone of the airport. This led the city to believe that growth would only be possible on the border of the capital. Their proposed plan, the City Lifter, would keep the station near the center of the city and foster growth from within the metropolis if built. The proposed site combines a small, private, inner-city airport with the central train station located in the center of the Valley of Caracas. While satisfying the city's transportation needs, the proposed design would also provide a recreational area for residents. By elevating the landing strip and the obstacle-free zone while placing the train station below, the existing space may be better organized and more densely utilized.
In addition, Urban Think Tank has 6 vertical gym projects. One of the fundamental aims of the program is to encourage youth to participate in athletics while also bringing them into the global conversation about the major practical, intellectual, cultural, and ecological questions facing our increasingly urban world. At the center of this intervention is a vertical gym and social center design, a prototype for youth facilities and their implementation, which is then modified for each site in a global network. The concept of the vertical gymnasiums vary from the location and the need of the communities. The densely populated sector of Caracas had a worrisome lack of schools, vocational and training centers for adults, and cultural, sport, and public spaces. A prefabricated structural system was inserted to interconnect volumes and levels. The gymnasium offers an attractive space for verticality, organized sport yards, and multifunctional areas. Urban Think Tank was contacted by the Ministry of Social Development in Jordan to gain their assistance in placing youth facilities in low-income neighborhoods in the capital city of Amman and the neighboring refugee immigrant settlement, Rusifa. Throughout Amman Rusifa, an urban zone of about 2.6 million people, there is a serious shortage of facilities suitable for the care of children. A network of permanent youth centers will give the skills and opportunities to be leaders and to nurture and develop their community. The Vertical Gymnasium in Los Teques is a new iteration of the urban think tank prototype. This complex is designed according to international standards of sports facilities for people with reduced mobility. The Vertical Gymnasium congregates numerous sports activities in the same space as to meet the necessities of both athletes and the public.
Through urban think tank's perspective, architecture has failed to define informal urbanism and its effects on the city. Their research and current route of work over the past decade are viewed from three perspectives that aim to increase the understanding of the informal city.
The humanitarian's point of view addresses poverty and lack of support from professionals in urban shantytowns. The theorist's ideology is to mutate informality into intersecting patterns of complex nonlinear systems. Designers use the informal as a laboratory for the study of adaptation and innovation.
Urban Think Tank is conducting experimental research and teaching methodology to alter the conventional limitations of contemporary architecture to shift the emphasis from form-driven to purpose-oriented social architecture.